Imagine you have just moved to a new city, one that you've never lived in before, and the mayor of this town comes and asks you to personally show around ambassadors and visiting diplomats. How would you feel? Overwhelmed, surprised, frustrated, or even inadequate for the job? Sharing the gospel of Jesus Christ when you have just been converted can be as a daunting task as that. Based on my research of the art of sharing the evangelism, I have a few basic steps to ensure that you are evangelizing clearly and concisely. Whether you're a new convert or a mature saint, evangelism is a major part of our walk in Christianity. It is a bit daunting at first, but a complete yet brief way to share your faith will be an irreplaceable asset. During the few minutes that follow, I will share with you briefly what evangelism is and is not, the Romans road to salvation, and unique ways to evangelize. Let us begin by looking at the definition of evangelism. According to Dave Earley and his book with David Wheeler, that it's entitled Evangelism is How to Share Jesus with Passion and Confidence. Evangelism is actually the heralding of good news, or the sharing of good news. The word evangelism is literally translated to mean communicating good news or good message. Think about that. So if you come home and say, I got a great job, you're actually evangelizing, telling something good to someone else. Evangelism is not forcing your opinion on someone else, but rather it's a joyful sharing of information. Evangelism is also not a debate about beliefs, but rather a gradual process. David Earley also mentions in his book that his mentor, Dr. Elmer Towns, wrote in his book, Winning the Winnable, that the average person needs to hear the gospel 3.4 times before they accept it. I believe this fact because I have an 11-year-old and it takes me at least 3 to 4 times before it registers to him to do anything that I told him to do. Well, now that we have some idea of what evangelism is and what it is not, let's talk about some of the key components of this good news. Actually, the Romans road, which is located in the New Testament of the Holy Bible, is a common tool used during the evangelism process to share with others. It's kind of a roadmap, if you will. Study to show thyself approved, a workman rightly dividing the word of truth, as it says in the Bible. So you want to study what it is that you're going to share with others. And the Romans, it goes from Romans chapter 1 all the way to Romans chapter 11. A general review and study of these verses will equip you with the knowledge that you need to successfully share the process of conversion into a believer. According to Dr. Ben Goodera's book entitled After 3, one should try to study the Holy Bible in a way so that you'll be able to translate any theological definitions in plain English that a 4-year-old could understand. There are many translations of the Bible and study tools that you can use to enhance your understanding of it. It also says in Proverbs that in all you're getting, get understanding. If you are trying to share a concept and you don't understand the concept, it makes it so much more difficult. Defining evangelism as communicating the good news and outlining the Romans road for a key understanding of the message, we can now explore new and exciting ways to share your faith with others. According to an article titled 10 Ways to Evangelize on Facebook by Felicia Mann, social media, Facebook and Twitter, MySpace are all prime candidate ways to share your faith and communicate with others. Indirect contact like Twitter posts or wall posts on MySpace and Facebook are great, inexpensive ways to share your message, a tool that you can use to inspire and encourage other people. And you should always try to seek out new friends and old castmates and colleagues to increase your circle of influence so that in being open and honest in your testimony and about your life, you can share with as many people as possible. In conclusion, as you can see, evangelism, when one is prepared and engaged as well as connected to others around them, is not as daunting as one may think. Evangelism and the joy of the Christian that the Christian receives from participating in it is irreplaceable. Evangelism simply is a joyful sharing of your faith through diligent study of the Romans road and exciting ways to share the gospel. You will be well on your way. If you're able to define the subject, study the components, and find new and unique ways of sharing, you can communicate almost any message effectively. There's no greater feeling of accomplishment and confidence than when you're sharing your faith with others. Remember that when people hear your words,